it's been a wonderful year. You probably better not stand too close to that. It's been a wonderful year for HOWAH. We've had a lot of participation. I have to make sure that I get this to work. There we go. Actually, we have to date 838 people that have signed up for the program, so that's exciting. If you look at that, and we've all gotten a Fitbit, how many of you walk your 10,000 steps? We really try, a lot of us, yeah. And, or Shields, $125 gift card. You take that times 838, and you can see that our tribal council cares about its employees. They have put a lot of money and effort into our lives and with this program. Okay, so we've had some initiatives and incentives and challenges this year. Our first, one of the most exciting things was the weigh-in this last fall when we all got that nice, crisp $100 bill. I felt like Mrs. Claus handing out those $100 bills. It was so fun. And like I said, they were nice and crisp too. And do you know how many people got that? Over 350 people. I can't do the math. That's a lot of cash. A lot of cash. We have, as part of the program, our Stop Smoking Challenge. And again, we've had good participation right now. I know we have over 25 people in that Stop Smoking Challenge. And they, in the fall when we do our weigh-ins at our cultural event, they will receive $100 too if they can keep that up and stay away from those cigarettes for a full year. We've also had some, here you go, Don, you're right up front. We did a lot of fun monthly activities. We beautified our reservation a little bit. We cleaned up some ditches. There's quite a few. How many participated in that? There's a lot. And what we got for doing that were some massages at the Shooting Star there. So that was a nice incentive. We also did some skiing. That was one of our monthly challenges. That was fun, and a couple people were the proud owners of a whole ski package. The ski, the boots, and the poles. So that was a lot of fun. And a lot of good exercise. Some of us fell just a few times. That would be me. But hey, it was a lot of fun. And we had our blood. Larry, he just wanted to sit there all day. But we had a good turnout in August, but this last blood drive, we had over 60 people give blood. And that is just so exciting. We met with the blood people last week because we have another blood drive coming up here next week on Thursday. And it was just so, just touched my heart to see what blood does. Did you know that the blood that we give here only goes in our surrounding area? A few days after I gave blood, I got a text saying, "Thank you, your blood was used today to save a patient." And it just gave me goosebumps. And so giving blood is something that is just something all of us could do with the HOWAH program. And we do get incentives for doing that too. If you join up for this next blood drive next week, you've all seen it, I'm sure, in everyone emails. For the month of May, you qualify to win, through United Blood Service, a 5-burner gas grill. So anyone who gives blood qualifies for that. And another reason why we donate is because, did you know that every cancer patient needs blood at some point? Almost every cancer patient. I hear of so many people on our tribe that have cancer and go through treatment. And so we need to support our people by giving blood and having that blood ready when those illnesses and accidents and things and tragedies hit our people. And so I just really want to encourage you to sign up for next week's blood drive. Another challenge we had, how many of you made survival kits for your cars? Yeah. And the gift for that were these cozy Native American design blankets. They are the best. And we've had a lot of requests from people who saw them that want one. So we're going to use that one again as a prize, because they are great. In fact, we might even have them at our summer event when we do our picnic this year, because they were just so magnificent. I know when my grandkids come, they grab that blanket and away they go. That's what they want. There we go. We had a walk run. Our first annual walk run was last summer. We were at the school, weren't we, at HOWAH, and there was 110 people that participated in that walk run. We had a lot of fun. You take 110 by, what is a 5K? Is it really like 3.5 miles? Yeah, 3.1 miles times 110, that's a lot of distance we covered. So that was a really good part of our wellness program, is our walking. We have some more challenges with that this summer, that you can win bikes. And then of course we had last year our speaker Jackie Pearson, who was part of The Biggest Loser, and her story was so, just touched our hearts, because the wellness Biggest Loser program not only helped her lose weight, but it changed her way of eating, her activity, and that's what HOWAH is all about too. We have our monthly newsletters that tell us about different ways to eat food, give recipes, gives a tip, our health tips. So HOWAH is not only about losing weight, but it's about our overall wellness. But wait a minute. It's not a lot about just losing weight. But last year, we made a ton of difference. The employees that lost weight lost 2,048 pounds. 2,048 pounds. That is a lot of weight. That is a lot of weight. We were just so excited when I did the statistics and the data, tallying for that. And we're going to do t-shirts, but I'm looking for people who are pretty creative to see what we want to put on the t-shirt. Last year we had, what is it? Exercise. I thought you said French fries or something like that. But I need someone to come up with a design for We Made a Ton of Difference, because it's not just about the pounds, it's about our healthy lifestyles too. But how much is a ton? Just how much is it? Well, for those of you who are from the Bear Clan, it's about as much as the big, great grizzly bear. He weighs a ton. Or a mama giraffe. Or 15.6 baby giraffes. 7 average football linemen weigh a ton. Just kind of putting this in a perspective for you. For those of you who like silver and gold, it's 26.34 gold bricks weighing 77 pounds apiece. Yeah, that's a lot. And 8.6. Where are you at? Rockies! So you have to go that way, because we all love those old Rocky movies. So the HOWAH committee meets, and we realize that our work is not done. It's not done. We have still a lot of topics to explore. I want to tell Diane MacArthur of Miigwech many times. Did we say it? Chai Miigwech? Is that how you do it? And because all her knowledge is amazing. Today she has lots of information on herbs on the back table, and she's going to feed us a wonderful meal using the herbs and things. The approximate weight, I did the math, of our average weight of our employees is 200.5 pounds. The national average is 165, and that's combining men and women together. And at first I was thinking, wow. But then I thought, not every culture and area has fry bread. We're so lucky to have the best fry bread on our reservation. But yes, we have a little ways to go. And we also have new employees starting all the time. I think today we've signed up 16 new people, including my ones in our urban offices. And we're trying to do a better job reaching out to the employees that are on our urban offices, Bemidji, the cities, those areas. And the employees like the program. We did a survey last year, and some of you responded, and it was really a good thing. A lot of them are not a lot, but a handful have started because they went to the doctor, and the doctor has told them they're pre-diabetic. And so they come and they sign up and they go, so-and-so said I should join HOWAH because I'm pre-diabetic, and it makes a difference. I know you've all heard Lisa MacArthur's story on how she went from pre-diabetic, just being and watching what she eats and living a different lifestyle. So that is what HOWAH is all about. But 69% found the newsletter helpful, and the one is, it has helped me, it's been very beneficial for me to help me stay focused on health goods. You know, when reminded every month with our newsletters and input from other staff, it keeps us on our toes a little bit with our health. Again, our mission is not just to, it's not all about losing weight. We want to look at our healthier lifestyles. We're looking at decreased absenteeism, all those things. And so when the HOWAH committee meets, these are things we talk about. What can we do for our employees? And if any of you are interested in being on that committee, just let Lisa MacArthur or myself or Cindy Rastad know. We also have many goals. I'm not going to read them all to you. But again, as you can see, it's all about promoting a healthy lifestyle. For FY17, we have some challenges coming up that I want to just talk about briefly. In May, today you were given pumpkin seeds, and you will also a handout, again, thank you, Diane, a handout on how to grow pumpkin seeds, and we're having a pumpkin growing contest. If you want to grow a pumpkin, and then in September we'll have you bring it in and see who's got the biggest pumpkin. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Also in May, we've had the using herbs twice a week, those kind of things. So see if you can grow a pumpkin. How many are interested in doing that? Oh, yay! We should have a lot of pumpkins. Cool. In June, we have our powwow, and we always have our walk run at the powwow. And we started talking at our committee meeting, and we realized that there is a number of walk runs that happen on the reservation throughout the summer. In fact, I think there's one in May yet in Rice Lake, am I right? Yes. And each of these sponsored events this summer on the reservation, if you're a participant of the HOWAH program, your name will go into a drawing to win a bike. I've got 16 bikes ordered from Shields right now. So that's quite an incentive to go, and we have some men's and some women's bikes. So there'll be a HOWAH representative at each of these events, and emails going out about them. We're also going to do some fishing. This one, I have to admit, was my idea. You know, we do a lot of different events, but I said, you know, fishing is a family event. That is about our well-being, doing things with family. It's good for our heart. And so in the month of June, if you go fishing and you take a picture of yourself holding up that walleye you caught, you get a prize, and a fishing rod and reels. In July, if you go fishing and send one in and catch a bass or a northern, send your picture and you qualify for something. Each month you'll qualify. And in August, guess what I picked? Sunfish, yeah, sunfish and crappies. So those are 3 fishing things. I know some of our things, maybe some of the guys are like, I don't want to do that. But fishing, we all love fishing. All right. So there'll be incentives for those things. Let's see what we have for July. Yep, we have our 5K walk and run, and we'll have lots of door prizes for that. Today, by the way, the door prizes, you can see them up front. For those who qualified with your weight, we'll have a chance to win those. There'll be 20 people that get 4 hours of PTO, and there'll be 25 people who get $50. And then those who are attending today will also have a chance to win the flowers that you see on your table. In August and September, again, we've got blood donation in August 18th, if you want to think far ahead, is the date we have set aside for that. And we're going to have some water challenges for water bottles, and then with the fishing, you get a fishing net that month. I should have probably started out with the fishing basket so you can put your fish in something. But anyway, that is what that is. And then in September, we'll turn in our pumpkins, and there's a talk, and we're looking at having a challenge that if you do your annual physical, you'll get a stipend, and we haven't put that all out there yet and gotten that set in steel, but we really want to encourage all of you to get your annual physicals, and so we thought if we tie an incentive onto that, that may promote that a little bit more. So as you can see, our tribal council and the committee care about you. We really do. And right now, we do have a couple tribal council members here, and I want to give a big hand and have all of you join in, because we really do appreciate the HOWAH program. I'm going to hand the microphone over to either one of you or both of you. I see we have Terry and Umsy here. I'll let you speak a couple words.
Bonjour and good morning. I want to apologize for being late. We had the Pine Point kids come in this morning for an interview upstairs, so kind of got overwhelming there. Four of them in there, asked a lot of questions. Give a lot of explanations, so yeah, it was a good little interview. But yeah, I want to thank the staff of HOWAH, just to reach out there and give them guys a pat on the back also, for putting something together like this, getting all the gifts, the door prizes, and making sure that our wellness is well taken care of. Without a good, healthy staff and well-being of our employees, things move backwards fast. The incentive here is to keep a good, healthy employee, lower the cost of our insurance rates. We just want to keep moving in that direction. All the unhealthy activities, the smoking and high cholesterols, these are all leading to other diseases, diabetes, heart disease, and other things that affect not only us as employees, but our families also. So I want to thank you guys for coming out and being part of what's going on today, and hope you enjoy your day, and big witch for coming.
Thank you, Terry. Okay, I think that is all we have for that part, and pretty soon we're going to have our main speaker come up here, Mr. Doug Bruggeman. And he is going to have a topic today. What's the name of your topic today?
The topic is finding good in others.
Finding good in others. And I've heard that he's a pretty good person. So I bet he can find the goodness in us too.
Did a great job of talking about all the physically healthy things that you can do for your life to live a happy, more rewarding life. Just as important as your physical side, your mental side. is really something that you should look out for and work to constantly improve. And hopefully today I'll give you some little ways that you can improve your life mentally. Before we begin, like I said, I'm Doug Bruggeman. Bruggeman is kind of like a common name around the area, especially in Monoman. I'm one of 50, 60 people that come from the Bruggeman tribe of Germans, basically. German Catholic family, large German Catholic family. Very important part of my life is my family. And my mom, who just turned 90 last year, she just turned 91 this year, love her to death. It's awesome. So that's kind of like the family. Then I put, with a bit of Ojibwe, kind of splashed into it. You can kind of see in the picture there, my sisters married some Native Americans and added that little mix, actually literally, to the family. But more important, this guy right here. Some of you may know him. He's Doug Clark. And I had the either fortune or misfortune, whichever way you want to look at it, okay, of having him be a big part of my life when I grew up. Unfortunately, we had two kind of tough incidents that happened to my family when I was younger. When I was 5 years old, back in 1970, a good friend of his, my brother, Daryl, at the age of 19, died in a car accident coming back for Christmas. That was tough on our family, I know. I was young, it was tougher definitely on the older. 2 years later, my dad passed away when I was 7 years old of a heart attack. And so pretty traumatic experience. I'm just kind of realizing that Doug at this point in time was young. He was like 20 years old, something like that, 22, 23, but he's a young guy. But he took me under his wing, and he brought me everywhere, right? And he kind of became that father figure. And I feel very thankful for that. But in the process then, I hung out with the Clark family a lot. Okay, just driving from Ogama here to White Earth, I was like, man, I drove this road so much when I was younger. Because his family lived in Ogama for a while, family lived in White Earth for a while. We went to the cabin on White Earth Lake. And so I was immersed in a pretty nice Native American family, I thought, over the years. And so that had a big impact on me. I didn't realize the negative side of this impact until I got to college. And not too negative. But when I got to college and I decided to become a teacher, and by the way, I'm a teacher right now, coach, student council advisor, leadership advisor in Pelican Rapids High School. That's where I come from. And it's actually over this last year that I've decided to do talks to people like you. So anyway, let's go back to college. 30 years ago now, I'm meeting with my advisor. And my advisor, I can remember the conversation, I think it went pretty much like this. My advisor looked at me and said, Doug, you're one of the best students we have at this school. Sound good? Okay, maybe not that. Okay, but he did, and we talked about my classes and stuff like that. And all of a sudden he goes, you know, you're going to be a teacher, that's going to be great, but you're going to have to lose that thick accent you have. I thought about it and I looked up and I was like, well, what? You think I got a thick accent? And hanging around and kind of getting the Native American slang, and then also working for my uncle, Bert Everschlag, very German. He had a unique, some unique words. You look up here and you see tick and tim, okay? You think the little bug and then a metal? Nope. When you're working in the taping and texturing business and all of a sudden your uncle yells out, Doug, she's a little tick. You know that you gotta add water to the mud to make it a little tip. So you gotta go back and forth with that. To heck, okay, which means, geez, he didn't know that. Across, we never measured across a room. We measured across the room. Let's go across over there. All right, sounds good. And then I love this because my mom uses this all the time. Used to. That refers to you in the plural. Used to should come over here. And my mom, when she writes a note to me and my wife, love yous. And she actually writes it out, yous. And I'm like, who does that? Okay, so there are some unique aspects that I've carried away from my time growing up in Monoman that I just loved. And so that's kind of where I come from. And like I said, I'm a teacher now in Pelican Rapids. It's kind of what I do for a living. We don't get $125 gift cards though, or get money for losing weight. In the public industry there, you don't have that. So if you have any job openings, just to lose weight. So, I love this that you mentioned fried bread, because another aspect of my life that is awesome is Indian fried bread. My sister, Terry, back there. My boys think that she makes the best fried bread. In fact, she's so awesome as an aunt. She went on to the day, on to the year, whatever you want, whatever we come up, because she specifically makes fried bread for my boys. And this is how my boys think of Terry's fried bread.
Victor's mom makes the best fry bread in the whole world. It's so good they use it for communion back home. Use this fry bread that can walk across water, fry bread rising from the dead. Is that true?
All right. Fry bread. God likes fry bread. Another aspect of the Native American culture, especially the Clark family, that I grew to like is that everybody had nicknames. For me, believe it or not, my sister's married 2 Dougs. So it was Doug Clark, Doug Dargo, and Dougie. So I'm still Dougie. They get this old the minute that they can say my name, it's Dougie. For my nieces and nephews and my great nieces and nephews now. I've always been Dougie, but I was always like, man, I love a name. They got Beeve, and you got Cutie, and you got Sis, you got Bomber. Okay, you got these great names. I want a Native American name. And then what you know, I married Sue Culligan, whose dad, Al Culligan, was a longtime teacher of Monoman, swears he's got Native American blood in him. He loves to tell people that, oh yeah. Okay, I'm not sure if I believe him, but I was like, dang, my opportunity to get a Native American name, because hey, he's cheap. Be careful what you wish for. Because the Native American name that he gave me, and pardon my language on this one a little bit, for the first 10, 15 years of our marriage, dumb shit. And here's an actual usage. The dumb shit just drove the lawnmower into the lake. Which I actually did. I just got mixed up. I was close to the lake, it was a little rocky, and I pushed it forward instead of reverse, and boom. And I went up there and I was like, sorry, Al. Just went. And so he's more and more, he's coming to respect me, and so I'm kind of growing out of that, but thankfully. So another aspect of life in the area of Monoman. But one of the things I still appreciate and I still believe in strongly is I just, because of my background, I love the Native American culture. And I grew up with a strong German family, and I grew up around a strong Native American family. And the culture that is here is something that I just was like, man, I'm so proud. I'm not Native, I'm just from this area. I'm so proud of that kind of stuff. And I really think that the more you can bring it out, the more you can be proud of it. It is something that the style and the life that was created, the foundation is rock solid. And if you can build off of that rock solid foundation, you got good things that can happen. You can use that as a guide to future success. So I want to encourage you, and I know talking to my sister, that's one of their kind of focuses, is to use that to make the whiter nation great. Okay? Not great again, it's already great. Make it better. Okay, we should always strive to do better. So that gets me to my talk with you today. A little bit about my background. My mission when I go out on these talks is to do 2 things. Share a positive message, because I believe that we are inundated nowadays with negativity. Our politics right now, negative. Negative this. We got drugs, we got alcohol, we got sex, we got violence, we got boom, 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 boom. We hear this all over the place. We do not seek out and hear positive messages nearly enough. If you looked at my Twitter account, if you look at the Facebook and what I look at on Facebook and Twitter, 90% of the time, I am following people that are giving me positive messages. Whether it's a fellowship Christian athlete message, whether it's a motivational speaker. When I stop at a place, it's usually one of those where you have a little thing. I saw one this past week about kind of directed at Native Americans, about the wolf pack, and how the leader of the pack is not the wolf in the front, but the wolf in the back, making sure everybody's protected in front of it. I was just like, God, I love that. Okay? And so it reminds me of what I want to do with my life and how I want to live my life. And so that's what I want to do here. I want to show you a different path. Okay? I want to show you a different way of thinking, because if you get into the right habits of thought, you can improve your life so much. And I believe that happened to me over the last 20 years. So, biggest thing when you get something new presented to you is you got to know why. Why should we listen to this guy? And why should we believe it? Well, I go back to one of the things that, not like the first guy I ever kind of looked at as far as a motivational speaker. His name was Zig Ziglar. If you ever listen to the guy, he's a southerner, he's got a drawl, and he's just entertaining to listen to. But he said something that it would be probably over 20 years ago that I heard it, and I remember it, okay, today, is that you can get everything you truly want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. I was like, what a great message. Then the more I looked into motivational stuff, the more I found out, hey, this isn't anything new. Zig Ziglar just said exactly what Jesus Christ said. Okay, and you don't have to have a religious belief in the person Jesus, but what he talked about was exactly that. Helping other people. You listen to the message, it's simply that. Help others, and you help yourself. And so what I'm going to talk about today is how you can help yourself by helping others. If you truly are in it to help others, you're going to find that you're going to get everything that you want in life. A great example of that. When I make my wife feel that she is loved and she feels secure in that love, it's amazing how well she treats me. Okay? It's amazing. And I know it happens and I'm just like, why don't I do this more often when it's happening? But I'm a human. And so sometimes I do the dumbest things. Okay? And then she gets all angry and up in my face. I'm just like, couldn't be that way, you know? But I realized, you know, I have a choice there too. All right? So I know that happens. I know that happens with my students. I know that happens with the kids I coach, that the more I help them reach their goals and their dreams, the more that comes back to me. I've really found that over the years. And it's what we now call in our school, this comes from the 7 Habits of Effectiveness, it's called a win-win situation. Helping each other become better is the best way to go. And we are in a competitive world where everybody thinks it's got to be, oh, I got to get mine. No, help others is really kind of like the message. So, a lot of people are like, well, I want $1 million. And I was like, man, I thought that for a long time. But really, when it comes down to it, it's not money that I really want. I want a purpose in life. Okay? I want my life to be about something. I want love, I want happiness, and I want it to be rewarded. Simple things. And I'm finding the more I help other people get what they want, the more purpose, love, happiness, and reward flows to me. It's awesome. So, there's a couple principles that you got to know about before you can make this happen. Here's a big one. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. That's a deep thought when I first heard that. This is the way it is. Okay? No, this is the way I am. Okay? I'm just going to give you a quick 2 little stories about my boys. They're now 25 and 21. And when they're little, though, I love it when they're little. I love that stage of life. One of them went into the bathroom after my wife had been getting ready and running the hot water and everything. Just as early in the morning, and he runs in there, goes to the bathroom, and of course jumps up on the stool because we told him, after you go to the bathroom, wash your hands. And then we told our kids, when you wash your hands, use the cold water, because we don't want you to burn your hands. Okay, so he gets in there. My wife has been there the whole morning running hot water. He jumps up there, turns on the water, puts his hands underneath it, shuts it off quick, runs into the kitchen. Dad, we ran out of cold water. Okay? From his point of view, from his perspective. All right? Okay? You turn on the cold, you should get cold water. If you don't get cold water, you ran out of cold water. All right? I was like, nice. You're going to learn a lot, okay? Then the other one is my older son. He's in the bathtub one night, kindergarten, getting the bath. My wife was with him, and he's talking about his day at kindergarten. And he's like all excited, hey, Mom, we're learning Spanish in kindergarten. We got a ethnically diverse school, a lot of Spanish kids. And he goes, yeah, Spanish kids are teaching me uno, dos, tres. Those are the only words I know. But they're teaching me, they're helping me. And Sue was like, oh, that's awesome. And then after a little bit, my wife goes, well, are you helping them? And he kind of sits and he looks up. No, they know Spanish pretty well already. Okay? So, just different perspectives in how you see things. And so, when you're going through your day and through your life and you're looking at things, understand that we all wear a different set of glasses. We all see things based on where we're coming from. And it's tough to do, but to take a step back and try to understand where another person's coming from will help you find the good in other people. We're in control of that, okay? And every time we learn a little bit more about other people, we get to change the glasses that we wear. All right, next principle to kind of understand is that we have a choice in how we respond to every situation. Viktor Frankl, I'm going to show you a little video about him coming up. But he talks about how in between the stimulus right here, all the things that happen to you in your life and what's going on, there's a moment where you get to choose, okay, how you're going to respond to that situation. A lot of people, I love this one. Oh, my wife makes me so mad. It's just like, no. Because there's times where I'm just like, I'm not going to get mad. You know, I'm choosing not to get mad. Same situation. I choose not to get mad. There are people who get frustrated in a traffic jam. There's other people that jam the music. All right? There's people, you constantly have a choice regarding how you're going to handle every situation. So here's a little clip about Viktor Frankl.
For instance, the great Viktor Frankl, the Jewish Austrian psychiatrist imprisoned in the death camps of Nazi Germany during World War II, experienced unbelievable indignities and tortures. He was raised to believe that you were basically a product of your childhood. But while he was in the death camp, he began to observe some very interesting things. Different people reacted differently to the same circumstances. He himself experienced terrible things. Some of his own loved ones were killed. One day they stripped him, put him under lights, and performed experiments upon his body. At that lowest possible point, he discovered what he called the last human freedom, the power to choose your own response to any condition, to anything that happens to you. During his darkest moments, Frankl would visualize himself lecturing to his students in Austria following his release. He pictured himself teaching them about the very experiences he was having then. He came to believe that the most basic human capability of all is that between stimulus and response. Man has the freedom to choose.
Okay, so that power to choose, all right, is huge. And here's this guy who's in a concentration camp, and he's choosing to see things differently. He's got that. I love it. Man's last great freedom. Your freedom to choose how you're going to respond to that person you're working with, how you're going to respond to your husband or wife, how you're going to respond to your kid, how you're going to respond to every situation that you have in life. So how you see the world what, okay, you perceive as the stimulus, you're going to get that. Changing how you view it will help you respond in a different way. Knowing that you have the power to step back and go, okay, I'm going to take a deep breath here. I'm going to handle this differently. That is your choice. In so many people, I mean, it's hard, okay? It is really hard to do the two things. The two principles I said, it is so much easier to blame. It is so much easier to say, my life is this way because, okay, you make me so mad. Just, you know, it's easy. That's the way it is. How many of you find it easy to lose weight? And why is it that everything that tastes so good makes us gain weight? I mean, how many of you go into a outside some place and go, oh, hey, is that broccoli I smell? Yeah, I'll take 2 scoops of that broccoli. Right? No, but we walk into a place with mini donuts. I don't know about you. I'm like, hey, I'll take 2 packages of mini donuts, and you know, the stuff that's good for us is usually also the tough stuff in life. So seeing the world in a different way isn't easy, and choosing how you respond isn't easy. But both of those things will help you see the good in others. So here's a great just little tidbit of advice. My brother told me this quite a few years ago, and I remembered it, and all of a sudden I came across it when I was putting this together. Here's an easy way for you to see something different and choose to respond differently. When somebody does something, assume that they're doing it with a positive intention. That they're not doing it to hurt you. They're not doing it to despite you, even if there's great evidence that they are, okay? Try to figure out, oh, okay, all right, you said that, okay. And again, positive intent. Yeah, they said that I was this way, but they maybe meant it like this, okay? Believe that they have that positive intent. That's one way that you can maybe improve that connection and that relationship with another person. So, to kind of send home the message, I'm a big believer in watching video and in hearing a story. The story that I'm about to show you is about 20 minutes. Okay? It's probably one of my favorite all-time motivational stories because there's so many messages in it. It's called The Butterfly Circus. It's about a circus that took place in the 1930s. It was the Depression period of time in American history. Things were really tough for a lot of people. But what we're going to see is this guy right here who chooses to see the world differently and chooses to see the good in other people and chooses to help other people. And the best comment in the video that you're going to see with this scene right here is, I love this one. You see, Will, we're happier here. And that's ultimately what you will get out of living a life where you seek the good in others, is you'll be happier. And it's one of the things that most of us want. So, sit back. Like I said, 20-minute video about Will and the Butterfly Circus.
Breaking my heart. We're all the circus you need, kid.
Tell me, Mr. Linda.
Why not? Let's go.
Okay, boys, time to get me a date with the beard lady. Who's with me?
Great, Bridget. Come, sit down. I tell you all about your fate. Great, Bridget. Come.
How can you now?
Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. We have the best bridge show in town. Mr. Pete Robinson. You got the number stand. Step right on in. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Lulu. Mr. Pete Robinson. The number stand. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. We have the best show in town. Come on in. Come on in. We have the best show.
Like a large heifer. She's a woman of extraordinary weight. Has a peculiar appetite for whole chickens. Now, down this way. Thank you. World travels can be seen on every inch of his body, from head to toe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, gathering. A perversion of nature. A man, you could even call him that, whom God himself has turned his back upon. I give you the limbless man. Move along, kids. You are magnificent. Hey, get away from that! What's the matter with you? It's all right. No harm in it. My fault. Maybe I got a little too close. Hey, friend. You have a good evening now. Let's hold you something for that show. Yep. Real nice, Bill. Seems you changed your mind about joining one of them fancy shows. What did you say? Don't you know nothing? That was Mendes. You just spit on the shoulder from the butterfly circus. Butterflies, butterflies. You kill me, Will. I'm hungry. Go give me some cotton candy. A man, if you could call him that, whom God himself has turned his back upon. The limbless man. Boss. Morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias indeed. Fun to be with you, yes. May I have the tents? Thanks so much. Papa.
Did you get my trunk? So heavy. It's easier for you because you're straight on. Stop! There's a dead man in the truck! What?
Well, now.
Look at these. This is wonderful. Come on over by the fire. Warm up a bit, little man.
I'm Sammy. What's your name?
Well,
Where's your arms and legs? Sammy. What? Is he going to be an circus now?
maybe I will. Hold on a minute. You don't have a sideshow here. What do you mean? Every circus has one. People come from all over the place to see us. And why do they come, you know? But yours could be different. No. There is nothing inspiring about immense perfections on display. If you will, we're happy you're here. And you can stay as long as you like. But I do run a different show. And now, one of the greatest displays of human contortion ever seen. It is my pleasure to introduce Anna, Queen of the Air. And the strongest man you'll ever see. The master of the flying trapeze and the oldest performer in the air, Papi! See you at the fairgrounds, 2 days early. Come on by, Butterfly Circus, 2 days early. How do? My boy Neil would sure like to say hello to the strongest man in town. Well, Sugar Daddy's stronger, but I think a close second.
Are you the show twister?
No, not exactly. You best be going now. Thank you kindly. You bet.
Wow! Did you see that, Dad? I'm going to be the strongest man in the world someday. Oh, just like that. I'll do anything I want to.
Yeah, boy, you can do whatever you want.
cursed down me. But you, cursed from birth. And man, if you can call him that, God himself turned his back on us.
Stop it! Why would you say that?
Because you believe it. And you could only see the beauty that can come from passion.
Your problem now. You're no good to me, so get out.
It's good enough for me, Golfmates. Here you go.
But they're different from me. Yes, you do have an advantage. You greatly struggle. You will gloriously triumph.
I can't find my caterpillar. Where is he?
He's right there. In the cocoon, see? He'll be fine. You won't even recognize him when he comes out.
Oh.
Hey! Hey, George! Poppy! I need help to cross! Can anyone help me? Hey, George! Can you help me? Hey, where you going? What's the matter with you? Just gonna leave me here? I think you'll manage. What? I guess I'll just magically get up, huh? Hey, go stop! How's the water? Nice for a swim. Ha ha ha! Hey, Will, coming in? Hey, get some coming! Will! So, as he cheats death by ascending 50 feet into the air and leaping into this pool of water.
Wow, how did you do that, Mister? Well, were you scared? It was so high. I can relax. Can you go in the water?
So many messages in that short 20 minutes, and I could spend the next hour just breaking it down for you, and would love to, but they told me try to keep it short here. So I got 5 minutes to kind of get through the rest of it. I show this video when I go around to schools talking about bullying, and then what I do next is put on the clip of actually Will. Will is a worldwide motivational speaker, and I watched him on a little YouTube video, and he is powerful. But Menendez, the circus leader, who chooses not to put on the same glasses as everybody else and think about a freak show. Every one of those participants, the bar, drunk, brawler, the prostitute, the guy that's too old for work, no. He refuses to see them as the world sees them. And he gets to choose that. He gets to look at them differently. And now, hey, you can't, and Menendez doesn't save everybody, but he has a certain group that he makes their life better. And you can't tell me that if you were Menendez and you had this person who all of a sudden has this huge smile and is whooping it up, okay? I love that scene. Woo! Type of deal, that you wouldn't be walking away feeling awesome about who you are. And that's really what I'm encouraging you to do. To put on different sets of glasses every once in a while and try to see people in a different way. Try to see the good in others so that you can make that choice in how you're going to react to the situation. And that your choice is positive so that you may be the person that is a Menendez, okay, to another individual and helps that person into a new level in life. And seriously, as a teacher, I get that opportunity to do it a lot, and that's awesome. I gotta believe you have a ton of opportunity on the White Earth Indian Reservation to improve people's lives. Really gotta believe that. Because it comes down to this, whether you're gonna be an Eeyore in life, or whether you're gonna be a Tigger. Now, if you've ever seen Winnie the Pooh, pay attention to it. Eeyore finds the bad in everything. Oh, I guess I gotta go to work today. Oh no, they're being crabby. Oh, I live on the reservation. I'm gonna be this way the rest of my life. Okay, the Tigger. Hey, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Wonderful thing about Tiggers. Tiggers are a wonderful thing. All right, let's go. Let's get things done. All right, let's make our life better. All right, and Tiggers have fun. So, choose. Okay, your glasses wisely, and choose your decisions wisely, and be a Tigger. That's what I got.